Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nicholas Coriano, and in this video, I want to discuss exactly how to write a perfect executive summary for your food truck business or business plan. Again, my name is Nicholas Coriano. Went to business school, went to law school, sit on the board of public and private companies, and written over 2,000 comprehensive business plans for clients all over the world, including several hundred food truck business plans. So I figured I'd put out this video for people looking to write an executive summary on their food truck business. So let's get into it. There's 8 parts of the executive summary, and they are the company description, the market research, the industry analysis, the SWOT analysis, the management organizational plan, the marketing plan, the financial projections, and the conclusion. Now, notice this is exactly how a comprehensive business plan is laid out. It's just more concise. So, your executive summary should be no more than 1 or 2 pages, and each paragraph should be between 3 and 4 sentences. And I'll go over each section one by one right now. The company description is the first section. In the company description, you're going to want to talk about the products and services that you sell. In the food truck business, right, this could be hamburgers, hot dogs, lobsters. Now, be conscious when you're creating your menu for the food truck business that one of the reasons most restaurants and food trucks fail is because of spoilage. So a limited menu is usually preferred when you start so you don't have that much spoilage because you don't know what you're going to sell. So in this first paragraph, you're going to talk about the food truck, potentially where it's going to be located, and what kind of food you're going to serve in the food truck. Maybe how the food truck is going to be decorated and whether you're going to be stationary or you're going to move around. Again, 3 to 4 sentences. What are you selling? That's the basis of the description of the food truck business. And then state you're a food truck, right? So that'll cover pretty much the crux of your business in the first 4 sentences. The reader gets a good idea of exactly what you're doing. Now, the next section is going to be your market research section. This is demographic based. So let's say you're in San Antonio, Texas, and you're starting a food truck. You want to talk about the population of San Antonio, Texas. Who are they? Men? How many men? How many women? How old are they? What kind of income do they have? What ethnicities are they? What kind of food do they eat? Right? All this market research should be included in this paragraph. A lot of this can be found on the Census Bureau, so census.gov. The United States government does a census every 10 years, and it gives us the demographics of pretty much every state, city, and town in America. And it's going to tell you how much they make, whether they have pets, what ethnicities they are, and that's all important for your market research. And that's where you're going to put 3 or 4 sentences there exactly about what are the demographics of the people that you are targeting in the population that you're serving. The next paragraph is about your industry analysis. So this is industry based, meaning what are food trucks doing in general? What are restaurants doing in general? What are kiosks doing in general, or food courts doing in general? This gives you a good idea of what the industry is doing, whereas the market research gave you a good idea of what the population is doing. So if you notice that food trucks are more profitable when they're standing still in a highly populated location, that information is going to be important to establishing your business, right? If you notice that the restaurant or food business industry is getting crushed by over menus that are too big, that's also information that you want. So this industry analysis usually found on trade publications, or you can have paid subscriptions like Bloomberg or Statista or IBIS World, like my firm does. But if you don't have this, usually Google is a great tool here because you only need 3 or 4 sentences. So find out what the food truck industry is doing. And the reason for this is to tell the reader, hey, I understand the industry I'm getting involved in. I'm not going in blind. After the industry analysis section, you're going to put together a paragraph for your SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And what you want to do here is list each of those individually. Now, a lot of people ask me, why do I put in weaknesses and threats? I'm trying to highlight my business and how successful it could be. Well, the reason you do that is to give the reader a good understanding that, hey, I know that not everything is peachy, not everything is going to be golden and perfect. And when a threat does happen, or if there is a weakness in my business, I know how to overcome that. So a weakness could be a limited menu. A threat could be other food trucks. An opportunity could be the potential to franchise the food truck. A strength could be the fact that you've been a chef for 10 years, or the fact that you have great customer service, or that you're really good at marketing, right? Whatever that is, you want to list those 4 things or a variety of those 4 things in the SWOT analysis paragraph. Again, don't get too deep here. Your goal is to get the idea out to the reader, right? Not to get into a comprehensive business plan. So keep it to 4 sentences, 5 sentences max on this section. After the SWOT analysis, you're going to go into the management organizational plan. This is about the human resources necessary to run the food truck. Usually it's just one or two people, the person driving, cooking could be the same person. But don't forget to include part-timers or contractors like people that you pay for marketing or your accountant or your lawyer. Make sure you delineate the fact that most of these people are going to be part-time or that they're going to be contractors or that they're only seasonally hired like your accountant. After that section, you want to go into the marketing plan section. In this section, you're going to include all the ways you're going to market your food truck. This could include social media like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I've seen some people give a discount for people that post selfies in front of the food truck, right? Because that continues the marketing efforts. Talk about if you're going to wrap the truck. A lot of times the food truck is the best form of marketing because it's moving all over the place and it's like a big driving billboard, right? So put that in there that you're going to wrap the truck, which is one of the suggestions I always advise my food truck guys to do. Whether it's your location could be a potential marketing aspect, right? Are you going to be located in a very busy place where people come out for lunch all the time or dinner all the time or breakfast all the time? Are you going to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Right? And how are you going to market that? Are you going to have a billboard? Are you going to be on TV? Are you going to have radio? Whatever it is that you're going to plan to do to market your food truck, put it in that paragraph, the marketing paragraph. After the marketing paragraph, you get into the last section, the second to last section, which is the financial projections. The financial projections are real simple. If you're looking for capital, you want to state how much money you're looking for, how you're looking for it, whether it's through a bank, through an investor, and what you're going to use that capital for, right? Buy the food truck, retrofit the food truck, buy initial inventory, have some working capital. You want to list that out there. And then in the second part of that paragraph, you want to talk about how much you could potentially make and how much you could potentially going to spend to operate the business. Keep this simple here. So one of my suggestions here is to use an average ticket price. So let's say you say the average person coming to the food truck is going to spend $7 or $9. And we project that we're going to have 100 people 5 times a week. Okay, it's a simple projection. Take that number, multiply it, and get a monthly number. That way you can tell the reader, we project monthly to make $60,000 and spend $20,000 on fuel, insurance, inventory, right? So again, what kind of money you need and what you're going to spend it on, how much you're going to make, and how much you're going to spend. That gives the reader a clear idea of exactly the value proposition of an investment in your food truck business. Now, if you don't even know where to start with the financial projection, remember, you just did market research and you just did industry analysis, right? So if the market tells you there's 100,000 people in this town, then you can't sell 200,000, right? Know that that number is your base number, and you're probably going to take a percentage of that number of the population and then multiply it by what the industry analysis says. So if the industry analysis says, the average food truck makes 160,000, 200,000, or the average food truck sells, $9 items or $9 average ticket price, then use that data to formulate your financial projections. That will be the basis of your assumption for your financial projections. After your financial projections, you get into the conclusion section. This just summarizes the entire executive summary and reiterates your value proposition. So you want to end on a strong note. Tell them why you're special. Tell them your unique value proposition. And if you're asking for money, restate this again in this last paragraph, right? Restate that, look, we're looking for capital. This is how we plan on raising the capital, either through debt or equity, right? So if you're going to get a loan from an investor, tell them we're looking for a loan of $50,000 and we plan to pay it back yearly or monthly, or we plan to pay it back as a percentage of revenues. Or we're looking for an investment partner, and for 50,000, 100,000, you're going to get 20% of the company, 50% of the company, 60% of the company, whatever number you came up with. And that's it. That's how you write an executive summary for a food truck. If you need help writing an executive summary or comprehensive business plan, that's exactly what I do for my clients. Feel free to reach out to me at thebusinessplanningguru.com. The link is below. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I have videos coming out every week. If you thought it was useful to somebody else, share it to them. And I'll see you guys again on the next video.